Hello, guys. Today's September 28th, 2021, and these are my thoughts for today. Today, we're going to actually talk about the R. Kelly trial. I know everybody knows by now that R. Kelly was found guilty on all 9 charges yesterday. So, I definitely want to give a good shout out to the prosecuting attorneys. They did their thing in there. But this stream here is actually because I want to address some of the R. Kelly supporters. Okay. Um, I have actually wanted to communicate with them. I've been in their live chats. I've asked questions. However, when I ask my question, I've been blocked immediately. So, my question to the R. Kelly supporters, because I do see that a lot of them are bringing God into the mix. They're saying God's not finished with this yet. God's hand is in it. We're going to pray for R. Kelly. They're talking about they had the discernment, and their discernment is telling them that R. Kelly was innocent, um, things like that. So I kind of took offense to that because I do feel like I am a follower of the word. So I wanted to address them on those type of things. So I have been in their chats, but of course, like I said, I've been immediately blocked once I asked the question. So this is to R. Kelly supporters, and I would ask you to please comment down below. Let me know exactly your point of view. So this question is for you. Do you think R. Kelly has repented for the sins that he's not denying? Okay, because I see that everyone that's supporting him are saying that, hey, all these girls came to him, all these girls, um, you know, were fast, and you can't blame him for being a man. Okay, so if you're putting God into it, then has R. Kelly repented for at least being an adulterer because he's married or was married at the time of some of these things? Even before he was married, he was doing this. So has he repented for his sexual immorality, for fornicating with all of these women? Because you're praying for him, saying that God has his back. But does God have his back if he is an adulterer, who's a fornicator, who is like, don't put God into it. That's my point. Like, don't put God into it if this man is clearly someone who is not thinking about God at all. Okay? Um, so that's my first question to you. Are you praying because he is repenting for those sins that he's not denying? Are you praying for him for repentance? For him to be repentant, for him to ask forgiveness for those sins? Okay. Are you praying for that first? Okay. Now I want to get into, you're supporting this man who was just found guilty of all of these sex crimes. So my next question is, would you leave your teenager with him, girl or boy, at this point? Girl or boy? Would you leave your child with R. Kelly alone? Answer that. Like, answer that for me. That's what I've been putting in like chats. Like, answer that question. If you can honestly sit here and tell me, yeah, you would leave your teenager alone with R. Kelly, then I'll back off. I won't say another word. But once you tell me whether you would leave your child alone with R. Kelly, answer that. And then the last thing that I want to say is, since you're backing R. Kelly, what do you say about the victims? And let's include Aaliyah in this, because clearly you keep saying that these women got up there and lied, but we can clearly notate that Aaliyah was actually married to R. Kelly at 15. There's a marriage certificate. Okay, she was 15. So what are you saying about the victims? Are you not backing them? Because at that age, they're not legally able to consent. So it don't matter whether these girls were looking for him or coming to him. It doesn't matter. He's the adult in the situation. He is the one that says, I don't mess with nobody under 18, babe. That's what he was supposed to say. It's his responsibility. You keep putting it on these teenage girls when it's the grown man's responsibility to say no. They can't consent to anything at that age. They can't even sign a contract at that age. You know what I mean? So this message was for the R. Kelly supporters. I really, really want to know exactly your mindset. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't want to pass judgment, but I just can't understand where you guys are coming from at this point. I mean, they had a video with him on it. So there's no lying in that, because you clearly have him on video doing these despicable things that were said to be done. He's on video with it. So I can understand you saying these women are lying, but the video evidence, explain that away. With him actually doing the things that these girls were testifying to him doing. Explain that. Make that make sense. I mean, I have really tried to understand their point of view. I have really tried. Now, I will say that there is some testimony that was questionable. And I believe since he was only found guilty on 12 of the 14 accounts of the of that first charge, the sex trafficking charge, that that Sonia chick, the radio host who said that she came to do an interview, that testimony definitely questionable. I agree with you on that. Questionable. If you see my other videos, you know I was like, I don't even see why the prosecution would have put her on the stand. However, I can see it in a way as well if we're sticking to one part of what they were trying to prove. I could see them putting her on the stand, but I would not have put her on the stand. She was not a credible witness for me. Also, Faith, I do have a lot of questions around her testimony as well. However, it's clear that she was a victim. I just think her recollection, or even her wanting to be involved with R. Kelly in the first place, was a little questionable to me. So I do see that. However, you can't deny that he did the things that he did, though. Like, the things that he did, they got him on camera. They got him on audio doing these things. So that makes sense to me. And I'm asking. I'm not bashing you. I'm really asking a question. Tell me, and don't come with some broad answer like they're lying, or like it's too much evidence for that. Don't come with it's a conspiracy against R. Kelly, because it's 30 years worth of evidence. That this is 30 years of him doing stuff like this. This ain't the first time we done heard of R. Kelly doing this. We've been hearing it for 30 years. So miss me with the it's a conspiracy to get him or drag him down. Miss me with that. So now tell me your side. Like, tell me why you keep bringing God into it. Tell me, would you leave your teenager with him? You know what I'm saying? Tell me these things. Please comment below. Let me know. And for my other subscribers, members, other people watching my video, like, subscribe, and share. Definitely leave your comments as well. I'm trying to hear from everybody. And until we meet next time, have a good one. God bless.